In 2020, I founded a publishing house called Lost Island Press. It was originally intended to be an outlet for my own work. However, since the release of my debut novel in 2020, I've published 3 other books by other authors through Lost Island. It turned into something much bigger than originally intended. My publishing house is probably the most labor-intensive project of mine, so I wanted to film this video to share my experience as a publisher and talk about a new book we released, Lone Player by Julia Rosemary Turk. But before we dive into the core of this video, I want to first thank everyone who listened to the audio adaptation of my upcoming novel, Nightshade Academy. The prologue and 20 episodes cover the storyline of the book's first part. So if you're eager to find out how Yashi and Cal's reunion goes, stick around until the end of this video for an exciting announcement. So, why do I publish? Well, first of all, I am a huge advocate for sharing your work. I believe art is meant to be spread, and I shame those who physically shield their work when someone looks over their shoulder. Just kidding. I do the same, because works in progress are gory, but if you have a finished piece, share it, get it out there, let it live. Of course, it wasn't always that simple. It took me a long time to feel comfortable sharing my stories with people. The first time I got feedback on a work in progress was during the beta reading process for my debut novel, Leaving Wishville, when I sent the book out to a handful of people to gather constructive criticism. I remember emailing that unpolished, messy draft to everyone, crawling into bed and shaking. Yes, shaking. I was terrified, but guess what? The world didn't tumble out of orbit and crash into the sun. I'm still here, magically. It's gotten much easier to share my work, not easy, but easier. I firmly believe that no matter how mentally and physically terrifying it is to put your work out there, you need to do it. If you don't share a story, is it even a story at all? Really. Books are amazing, books are so cool. Books allow you to connect with an absolute stranger on an emotional level instantly. I can't think of many things outside of the storytelling realm that do that for people. For example, maybe you like mint chocolate ice cream, you're very cool if you do, and you meet a stranger who also likes mint chocolate chip ice cream. Awesome, you both like mint chocolate chip ice cream. But if you like the same book, that says so much more. You both lived in the same world, hung out with the same characters, and ended the journey with a positive experience. It's a lot like sharing real memories. Crazy stuff. Knowing that readers can relate to my characters and be entertained by their journeys is the most magical feeling in the Milky Way galaxy, and it's for the same reason that I publish other writers' books too, because sometimes I come across a story that's not published and it speaks to me, and I know it will speak to other people too, and I want to help it do that. I want it to reach people and encourage connection. One of the books that really spoke to me is Lone Player by Julia Rosemary Turk. It is the first book in a science fantasy trilogy that I'm publishing at Lost Island Press, and it is so good. I read the first draft ages and ages ago and immediately fell in love with the story, the vibe, the characters, and everything about it really. So I was super excited to have the opportunity to work with Julia, to get it published, and here it is, literally right here in my hands after months and months of digital collaboration. I'm obsessed with the story and had a blast chatting with the author. I'm about to show you a short preview of our online call, and if you want to watch our full discussion, it'll be on the Lost Island Press YouTube channel. I'll have a link in the description below. One of the things that I love so much about the book is just how lighthearted it is at times, and then how absolutely brutal and dark it goes. Just the way it bounces between that is just so much fun.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun to write.
What do you think was the most fun to write? Like, was it those lighthearted moments or kind of the grittier stuff?
Ooh, that's a hard question. I really did enjoy writing like the lighthearted moments, like definitely the dialogue for me between the characters, like during the more like peaceful moments, were really fun. Eddie and Ren being so attitudinal towards each other, and then of course Eddie and Aaron, like that was probably one of my favorite parts to write about the whole book. And you know, exploring like sibling dynamics and stuff too. But
Mhm.
at the same time, I had a lot of fun writing the really like creepy Carmody scenes. Like,
Oh my god, talk
that
about it.
was really fun for me. His character is another like really interesting thing for me.
I need
Just
to know more.
like
Okay,
unlikable.
but before talking about Duke, I wanted to ask, because I don't even know the answer to this. Do you have an end game ship? Like, is it already solidified?
I do.
You do.
But I'm just kind of like thinking about how to approach it. I'm thinking about doing some evil author moves. So
Oh no.
it's like I don't know, like
Like pulling both, pulling
maybe.
several. So yeah, I wanted to talk to you about Duke because
Mhm.
I don't know what is with him, but he just feels so normal,
Mhm.
but also so messed up.
I think I was trying to do that. Like I wanted him to seem like just, you know, this kind of like normal kid or whatever, like, you know, and like establishing at the beginning him interacting with them at school, he's just this like annoying dude, you know, like he doesn't really, he's not important or whatever. And then he just, you progressively start to see, oh, wait a minute, here's what happens. It was definitely very challenging to make him still seem relatable and really horrible at the same time.
I gotta admit, like as horrible as he is, like
Mhm.
I kind of feel for him in some ways.
Yeah.
The number one factor that determines whether or not I decide to pursue publishing a book is whether or not I love it and it impacts me emotionally. And my God, did this book do both of those things? I was much more involved in the interior design process as well. I never formatted any of my books before, but I collaborated with a tattoo artist and put this formatting together, and I love it. It's beautiful, the pages are gorgeous. If you're a fan of my books, I think there's a high chance you'll enjoy Lone Player, so please check it out. I'll have links to learn more and purchase a copy in the description below. Alright, now for the big news. In addition to the launch of Lone Player, I have also been very busy with the upcoming launch of my fantasy thriller novel, Nightshade Academy. It's coming out on November 11th in ebook, paperback, and hardcover. That's less than 3 months from now. It's crazy. But even crazier, I will be distributing advanced copies to a select group of readers next month. Yes, next month, September 15th. I cannot believe it. I'm literally working on the final draft as we speak. To be eligible for an advanced ebook, you must be willing to share an honest online review within 3 months of downloading your copy. I'll have a link to apply in the description below, and if you're interested, please apply fast because I'm not going to be keeping applications open for long this time. Anyways, that's all. I have some fun videos planned, I'm excited about them, and I'm trying some new things, so I'll see you soon.